The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. I'm your host. My name is K.R. Stolfus, and we are here at Talladega for the Fan Appreciation Night presented by Donna. Welcome. Come on in, sit on down. Let's talk some racing here at Talladega, because I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it. Qualifying is underway. A lot of drivers taking to the track as the clock has not yet started. They are all on their out laps. Harold Rothery in the number 18, running that Harry Gant line, high, wide, and handsome. Well, that's a cool shot. Won't be using that camera anymore. Oh boy. So the 18 out on the speedway, the 19 of Zach Workman getting his race car up to speed. This is the third race of the season and the final race to set the seeding for our in-season bracket challenge. That will start next week. We'll have all the information after tonight about who is going to go against who in week number 1. 32 drivers in total will be registered in this bracket challenge. As Rothery goes across the line, and Jimmy Reynolds as well. Reynolds with a 52.23. Zach Workman gets across the line. Workman ended up in third. Butler on top of the leaderboard with a 52.15. Richard Malugani in the number 22, making his way down the backstretch. "25 drivers have posted a qualifying time. Casey Gilchrist coming around. He's going to log his lap time as at 29. Flashes across the start finish line. He moves up to 14th. Vicente Guerrero on the clock in the number 14. Just a few drivers out on the track. Looks like everyone else going to be content to start from pit road or at the back of the pack. With that being said, we're going to step away for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineup.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Drivers are lining up on the grid for tonight's fan appreciation night. Let's get right into our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1 with a quick time of 52.156, that is the 88 of Gabe Butler. To his outside, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Row number 2 going to be made up of the 19 of Zach Workman and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Row 3, the 85 of Adam Kilday, and on the outside, that is the 44 of Anthony English. Tyler Miller and Zach Fritsch will make up row number 4. Row 5 will have Richard Kuhn in the 47 on the inside. On the outside will be the 71 of Sean McCara. Row 6 going to be the 24 of Everett Lane, the 81 of Dustin Logston. Row number 7 going to see Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. And to the outside, that is the 62 of Les Levy. Row number 8 will be Casey Gilchrist in the 031, and to the outside, Doug Johnson in the 83. Row number 9, Dwayne Corbett in the 9 and Eric Laurie in the 071. Row 10, the 13 of Andy Brigante and the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Row number 11, Harold Rothery in the 18 and Jerry Bergeron in the 1. Nate Warren and David Overstreet will make up row 12. Row 13 will be Sean Donnie. Oh man, I butchered it. I'm sorry. And Michael Sayru. Richard Malugani and Derek Donna will be row 14. Row 15 will be Paul Bellis and Shane Posey. Row 16 will be Nick Wing and Mark Mann. Row 17, Chris Jordan and Andrew Schroeder. Dana Shepard and Justin Coy make up row 18. And Eric Laurie, Kevin Freeze will be our final starting spot. Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, Jimmy Reynolds, Eric Laurie, and Kevin Freeze all starting from pit road. As the pace car clears off, Zach Workman and Jeff Crosby Jr. going to bring the field to the first green flag of the night, and away we go. Side by side into turn number 1. Drivers from pit lane going to have a lot of ground to make up, but there is a pack of them. Those 5 cars all working together will be able to keep pace with this main pack. Workman in the 19 and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Those two have been our line leaders so far. Haven't really made a whole lot of moves just yet. Les Levy in the 62 looks like he's thinking about the third lane. Levy in the 62. Doesn't have a whole lot of help up there right now. Falling back just a little bit. Now he's got the help from the 16 of some no-name service advisor. We won't worry about him the rest of the race, especially if he gets in the race lead. The Workman and Crosby so far have been the front two for every lap. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero not having enough momentum to poke his nose out just yet. As Les Levy, with some help, now starting to make some ground on that outside lane. Can the 62 get to the race lead from the third lane? Let's check in on our drivers at the back of the pack here. As a new fast lap by Justin Coy, turning a 47.67. Gabe Butler, Jimmy Reynolds, Eric Laurie, Everett Lane, and Kevin Freeze all out on the track, running together. They started from pit lane. On board with the 25 of Kevin Freeze. Let's go back up to the middle of the pack here. We go on board with the 388 of Doug Johnson. A lot of room here at Talladega for three wide racing action, and the boys here at OP not afraid to use that third lane, sometimes against better judgment. But hey, that's what makes it fun. Tonight's stage going to end at lap 25. That being said, we are kind of within our window for fuel. We might see these guys coming down pit road here before too long, but I expect them down around lap 13, 14, 15, somewhere in there. We do have one car that has gone behind the wall. That is Paul Bellis. So, one car behind the wall early in this one. We'll keep an eye on Paul, see if he can make it back out. As things stand, he's already 3 laps down. So if he doesn't get out there any sooner, he's going to be in danger of staying out of this race. Crosby Jr., our race leader. The 19 is Zach Workman on his outside. Workman and Crosby have been 1 and 2 for the most part, as Paul Bellis does make it back out onto the speedway. So Paul going to rejoin the race. Once again, the third lane trying to make something happen, being led by the 62 of Les Levy. Shane Posey in the 83. Running that mellow yellow paint scheme. Posey up 6 spots, currently in 24th. The biggest mover of the race right now is the 46 of David Overstreet. He is up 12 positions. Off the nose of the 46, Dustin Logston in the 81, just to the inside there. The 12 of Zach Fritsch. One driver who has lost the pack, got some damage on the right front. Michael Seru. Right front crumpled just a little bit. Going to affect his overall top speed, but he can get into this pack. He might be all right. As we begin working lap 15 out of 25 for stage 1. No, sorry, this is halfway. That would be 35. Got my Monday and my Wednesday mixed up. Good grief. Wonder if I've messed that up all season. I have this deep dread inside that tells me I did. Wednesday night's supposed to be halfway. for a stage. Oh boy. Well, we got the Dana Shepard, Derek Donna, DEP Racing Fan Club present and accounted for. Thank goodness. Glad to see you guys out here tonight. We'll go on board with the 43 of Dana Shepard. As we got a few drivers peeling off for pit road. That's Sean McCara, Les Levy, Casey Gilchrist, and Andy Brigante. Dana Shepard currently in 23rd. Derek Donna is 2 spots back, sitting in 25th. So far, this one has been clean and green from the drop of the green flag. Looked like a wild entry onto pit road. Andrew Schroeder coming in hot. Couldn't quite figure out who it was that went through the grass. Zach Fritsch gonna take out the cone. Jeff Crosby Sr., Dana Shepard, and Chris Jordan all stay out. They have not made their way onto pit road yet. Vicente Guerrero, Gabe Butler, Zach Fritsch, Everett Lane. All those guys that came down to pit lane, they are dropping their jacks. They are down and away. Looks like some penalties have been handed out. We'll go through those here in just a second. Looks like penalties for David Overstreet, Les Levy, and Sean McCara. And Zach Fritsch with a long stop. Total time in his pit stall, 1 minute 17 seconds. That puts Zach Fritsch in a world of hurt. But our race lead has cycled back around to Zach Workman, and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. sitting in second. Third place is the 44 of Anthony English, with Adam Kilday sitting in fourth. John McCara looks like he's swallowed up, goes a lap down. Les Levy a lap down. Jeff Crosby Sr. also having to serve a penalty. with a lot of penalties on this first round of pit stops. Long run here. Field single file right now, green flag pit stop, stringing everybody out. And when you have as many caution or penalties as we have had, it's really going to stretch this field out. But they'll get all bunched up here in a little bit. On board with the 81 of Dustin Logston as he works in that second lane, trying to make something happen and work to the front of the field. Dwayne Corbett in the number 9, finding himself fourth car on the inside lane, right around that yellow line there. So far, this race has been dominated by Zach Workman and Jeff Crosby Jr. No one has been able to solidly get around these two. A lot has been going on behind them, but the 19 and the 33 have, for the most part, been side by side in this race, or briefly running nose to tail to each other. Now that everything is cycled through, we have 30 cars on the lead lap. First car one lap down, that is the 71 of Sean McCara. He's in this lead pack, battling with the 62 of Les Levy, who's just a little bit behind him. That is a battle to be the first car one lap down. Both of them in this lead pack, so going to be hard to make the right moves, especially for Les in the 62, as he is the one that's going to be trapped on the inside lane. Always felt claustrophobic down there. I wanted to be in the outside lane because that man being stuck near that yellow line just felt like you had nowhere else to go. Had a card pinned to your door on the outside. You had that yellow line keeping you from going any further down. David Overstreet and Harold Rothery working together. Overstreet multiple laps down. Rothery on the lead lap. Third lane starting to build some momentum, and the battle for the first car one lap down heats up. 62 of Les Levy about to pull even with the 71 of Sean McCara. Started 38 cars in this race. All 38 are still out there, but not all of them on the lead lap. And that's going to change as the yellow flag comes out. Looks like Les Levy getting involved. Andy Brigante. See if we can figure out what happened here. Looks like Les trying to clear lap traffic comes down onto the 20. Lap car in the 643. Looked like Les just tried to turn down a little too much. So the 62 on and off pit road, having to burn a fast repair. Dustin Logston stays out. Zach Workman comes down pit road. Logston going for points here. As the 71 of Sean McCara receives the free pass. So our first caution of the night being displayed. Looks like everyone involved in the crash is able to get rolling. Few drivers working on their cars for an extended period of time, but outside of that, everyone able to get back out there. Shepard gonna beat the pace car off of pit road. That's gonna keep him on the lead lap. Lights go out on the pace car. Logston and Jeff Crosby Jr. on the front row for the restart. We have 31 cars on the lead lap. John McCara getting the free pass. Gives us one more car. David Overstreet, first car, one lap down. Zach Fritsch, Everett Lane, Jeff Crosby Sr., Les Levy, all one lap down. That's going to be a battle amongst themselves. The pace car heads for pit lane. The 81 and the 33 take control of the field as they work their way into the tri-oval. Here we go. Green flag is out. Our first yellow flag of the night is put away. And we get back to doing these laps in anger. No one's really angry. It's just kind of a expression. Means for real. We're doing laps for real. So the 33 surging ahead is Dustin Logston falling back. Second lane really falling apart in the bottom lane. Taking advantage of that. A lot of slicing and dicing going on. Oh, contact getting shuffled out of the way was the 47 of Richard Kuhn, but we stayed green. No, we don't. Around they go, up and over. Ayugani tumbling onto his roof. Vicente Guerrero getting a piece. The yellow flag comes out to end the stage. And man, was it a big one. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that glitching is. That's interesting. It's not all the cars, it's just some of the cars. Never seen that. I believe that's going to be the end of the stage. As everyone's coming down pit road, Dwayne Corbett stays out. Corbett gonna keep a lot of people trapped a lap down here. All right, gonna step away for a minute. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to kick off stage number 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to kick off stage number 2. On the front row for this restart, the 19 of Zach Workman and the 81 of Dustin Logston. Field makes its way onto the front stretch. Pace car gets out of the way. Workman and Logston take control of the field. We stay under yellow. So the field's stacked up once again. Pace car gonna head for pit road again. And we're gonna try one more time. Here we go. Green flag is out. So now the 19 has to battle with the 81 of Dustin Logston. The 18 of Harold Rothery. Pushing on the 81. And we got one on the pit road. Corbett into pit lane. Unexpected stop for the number 9. Zach Fritsch in the 12, who was a lap down not too long ago, has his lap back. We'll see what he can do with it. John McCara received the free pass earlier in this race. He finds himself inside the top 10. As the yellow flag comes out, we got cars crashing all over the place. Richie able to get through that one cleanly, but was that one close. Hard impact back into the inside wall. They're still crashing. Eric Laurie Zach Fritsch, not sure what that's about. This is after the fact. And Eric Laurie just charging into the back bumper. Looks like because of the damage to the left front, he went to grab some brake and it pulled him to the right. What a wild turn of events for the 12, who managed to get through the melee only to get clobbered when everything had settled back down. Race off of pit road, going to be won by the 19 of Zach Workman. So 3 yellow flags coming out fairly quickly. Almost back to back to back. So our third yellow flag, though, about to have the lights go out. Well, they do have the lights go out of the pace car. Zach Workman and Dustin Logston gonna get lined up side by side. Field makes its way down the back stretch. Pace car gonna get out of the way and we're gonna get back at it. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Good restart. Everyone makes it through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. The 19 and the 71 get hooked up. A good hard shove from the 71. Kevin Freeze, who started from pit lane, has now found his way along with the 88 of Gabe Butler to the front of this field, and both drivers drop down to the inside. Workman in the 19 shuffling up to the second lane, gonna challenge back. So the 25 and the 88, first two on the inside line. It's the 19 and the 81. As Workman drops down, 19 slicing in front of the 25. Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. He's making some noise up in the third lane. Got the 24 of Everett Lane pushing with him. The three-wide racing action as the yellow flag going to come out for the fourth time. Mark Mann in the 04. Looks like he's got some damage. He went for a ride through the grass. He and Zach Fritsch, Harold Rothery getting together, I see. Zach Fritsch and Rothery getting together. Not sure what happened to the 04. He just drove through the grass and damaged his engine. And that's what happened to the 04. So the fourth caution coming out. Anthony English not going down pit road, or I went down pit road, but not stopping in his pit stall. English this time gonna peel down for pit road. Quite a few drivers joining Anthony English as hitting pit lane. All right, so 4 yellow flags hitting us very quickly. But we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna put the green flag back out into the air. And away we go. The 19 and the 33 resume their battle from earlier in this race. They're going to end up side by side off of turn number 4 and coming around. Down with 17 laps to go. We have 34 cars on the lead lap, courtesy of all the quick yellow flags that we've had. First car 1 lap down, that is the 9 of Dwayne Corbett. Multiple laps down is Michael Ciru. Out of the race, Tyler Miller and Paul Bellis. On board with the 62 of Les Levy. Les towards the back here, finding himself in 22nd. And around goes Les. Gonna give us our 5th yellow flag. Looked like Les checking up. And gets the unfortunate wrong place, wrong time spin around. Looks like we're going to get the green flag with 11 laps to go. Field is double stacked once again, and lights are out on the pace car. Gonna try and wrap this one up with 11 laps to go. See if we can get this finished out without any more yellow flags. Here we go. Green flag is out. Hopefully the final time. Be cool to see this finish out without a caution. Field making its way down the back stretch. Everyone looking calm, cool, and collected. .33 pulling ahead, but does not drop down to the inside. Stays in that second lane. And as we have seen for a majority of this race, the 19 and the 33 out in front, running side by side. Down to 9 laps to go. 34 cars on the lead lap. Got to stay on the lead lap to have a shot to win before that white flag comes out. Two cars into the wall and a big stack up. And our 6th yellow flag comes out. On board with Mark Mann in the 04. Jeff Crosby Sr. and Harold Rothery get together, but looks like they were able to drive away. .25 to 44. 17 to Jimmy Reynolds comes in. All right, with that being said, the 44 looks like it's lost control again. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back to finish this one out. Welcome back as the field is stacked and ready to go once again. Lights are out. Pace car heads for pit road. We're gonna have 5 laps to go. Here we go. Green flag is out once again. Down the backstretch, the 19 leads the way. Adam Kilday in the 85. Tucked in right behind him. Andrew Schroeder in the 48, third car on the inside line. He's looking to have a shot at winning this race. As we get down to 4 laps to go. Kevin Freeze towards the back. Can he make something happen as he's trying to build momentum in the third lane? So far, not moving forward very quickly. 25 is going to need a little bit more help, maybe even a little bit more time. He's going to try and keep that third lane viable from that far back. Dana Shepard in the 43 up in the third lane as we're going to get 3 laps to go this time. Shepard, the leading car in the third lane, almost said truck. Good night. Lynn McNeese bouncing off the wall there, but gathers it back in. McNeese now in the 84. Leading the charge for that third lane. And as soon as I say that, the 24 of Everett Lane jumps up in front of him. Third lane just doesn't want to seem to get going. Zach Fritsch jumps up there. Maybe now they're getting something going. Ritchie to the race lead, but not clear of the 33, and just like that, the 19 pulling back ahead as they come off of turn number 4. If we get to the white flag, this one's going to end at its regular distance. And final lap, final time around. '29's trying to make it 4 wide. Down the back stretch, they are all spread out, and it's not going to work for some of them as they go crashing. But it's a 3 wide battle for the race lead. And it looks like 15 cars are going to be battling to the start finish line, and here they come at the line. It looks like I don't know what happened there, but Jeff Crosby Jr. won the race. Zach Workman brings it home in second, and Dustin Logston ending up in third. Huh. Never seen that before, and it happened twice in one race. All right, let's take a look at our results as the 33 burns it down. All right, our top three: Jeff Crosby Jr., Zach Workman, Dustin Logston. We're going to talk to them here in just a moment. Adam Kilday brings it home in fourth. Fifth goes to Jerry Bergeron. Andrew Schroeder, sixth. Seventh, Lynn McNeese. Richard Kuhn is eighth. Justin Coy, ninth. 10th goes to Everett Lane. Zach Fritsch ends up in 11th. 12th goes to Dana Shepard. Mark Mann, 13th. 14th, Eric Laurie. Shane Posey, 15th. 16th, Casey Gilchrist. Kevin Fries, 17th. 18th, David Overstreet. 19th is Derek Donna. Les Levy, 20th. 21st, Gabe Butler. Vicente Guerrero, 22nd. 23rd, Jeff Crosby Sr. Nick Wing finishing 24th. 25th, Jimmy Reynolds. Richard Mulganey. Maugani, sorry. And Chris Jordan in 27th. Harold Rothery, 28th. 29th, going to go to John McCara. Nate Warren, 30th. Andy Rigante, 31st. 32nd, Anthony English. Doug Johnson, 33rd. Wayne Corbett, 34th. 35th, Michael Sayru. John Ioni, 36th. 37th, Tyler Miller. And Paul Bellis in 38th. Let's get a word in with our race winner. That is the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Jeff, man, congratulations on the race win.
Hey, KR, thank you.
Solid run for you. It seemed like you and the 19 were side by side at the front of this race for almost all of it.
Yeah, we just wanted to stay up front, especially with these cars. Track position was kind of key there, and yeah, it just played in our hands there. What a crazy last lap. We were 3 wide there. I didn't know whether the pinch high or pinch low, and I just kind of stayed middle a little bit, maybe a little high, just because that third line was coming. And yeah, we just started beating and banging, and here we are.
Well, man, congratulations on that. A solid run for you to bring it home in first place. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to add?
Yeah, just shout out to you in the broadcast booth. Thank you again for hopping in and calling this crazy race. I'm sure it was pretty crazy in the broadcast booth. Thank you to everybody in the team there. Definitely want to give a shout out to Dustin for not letting go and just sticking on my butt there. He said he got up to like close to 300 for his temperature. Ooh. So I'm sure he was he was about close to blow. But it seems like these cars actually do go over a good amount, so which is nice. Just thank you again to everybody watching. Thanks again to my wife, and that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations. Nice job.
Thanks, buddy.
That is Jeff Crosby Jr., our race winner. Now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is the driver of the 19. That is Zach Workman. Zach, congratulations on second place.
Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, real close. But man, I'll tell you what, that 19 and the 33 class of the field here in this one.
Yeah, the two daddies had to show out of the field how to go around here. So, yeah, but no, it's these cars are really fun. These old Gen 4s and stuff, but it's really about kind of track position and stuff. It's not as easy to move around as like some other cars. When the third lane is cooking, that's kind of the only way. But yeah, it's like a lot of track position kind of positioning in that point. But yeah, we just stayed up front. Me and Jeff battled it out and had a good time. So.
Well, man, it was an outstanding race to watch. Any other shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give?
Shout out to you, KR, for watching us go in circles. My parents for always watching. My girlfriend for watching the kiddo during some moments so I could race these. And kind of thank my boys down in Team 3, or Team 4, whatever team we were in. A lot of FSR and Nerditudes guys in there. So we got Dustin, both Jeffs, Richard, Sean, Zach, Nate. Casey also came out. I don't know where the hell he's been, but he came out of a cave and decided to race Gen 4 today, so that's cool. But yeah, and then thank the OP admins for putting this on and getting us to the finish.
All right, man. Well, nice job, and once again, congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you Monday.
All righty, that was Zach Workman bringing it home in second place. Now let's move on to our third place finisher. That is the driver of the 81. That is none other than Dustin Logston. Dustin, congratulations on a solid third place finish.
Man, it's this is 2 weeks in a row, KR. We might have to start making this a usual thing if we can do it.
Man, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't complain. So, that 81, it took a little bit for things to start rolling for you, but once it did, it seemed like you were constantly up front.
Yeah, it's I mean, we qualified where we typically do, usually, just outside the top 10. But it seems like once we got up there and we put ourselves, we got a good group of guys that we race with in Discord here, and once we started rolling, it just seemed like all the stuff was just happening behind us, and we were kind of clear. We kind of stayed close to each other, and it kind of put us there at the end, man. So I was kind of happy to be able to push Junior there to win. I always don't get me wrong, I enjoy winning, but it's always nice when you can sit here and push somebody to a win like that, and then they thank you. For that. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it, man. I was cooking. It was baking, and Junior did a hell of a job. He kept it right there long enough for me to cool it off just enough to give him what he needed at the end. And I tell you what, that was a fun finish. 3 wide like that. We didn't wreck come into the line. We crossed the line, didn't wreck after the line. That was fun.
Well, man, nice job. Any other things that you need to add about this one?
No, I just got to thank you up in the booth, man. I know that sometimes that's a tough job. Technology sometimes is not your best friend when you're up there, but I appreciate what you do up in the booth, my man. So thank you. I got to thank all the partners on the car, man. I love being able to shout them out anywhere in the podium. Icon Apparel, iRacing, iFlag, EPI, Boozy Jerky, Brez Coffee Co., Dusty Pete's, iRacer, iRock 93.5, Oakley. I mean, we have a lot of partners on here. Absolutely love doing this. So it's coming, KR. I feel it. One of these times we're going to luck out, but Talladega is usually pretty good to me. It's the only track in OP that I've actually got wins on. So it's usually pretty good to me. And boy, she did not disappoint tonight.
Oh man, nice job. And like I said, congratulations on third place, and let's keep the streak going.
Yeah, that's the plan. We're going to try. And I got to give a special shout out to my wife as well. I know she was on there watching and cheering on, and I got to give a shout out to the guys that I run with each week in the channel. It's a lot of fun. And I got to give a shout out to my kiddos. They're dad's biggest fans. So, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Very nice, man. Well, congratulations on third place, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good, my man. Have a good one.
That is Dustin Logston, driver of the 81, bringing it home in third place. With that being said, we're going to wrap it up here at Talladega. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, and hope y'all will come back next Wednesday as we kick off our bracket challenge. And more, we'll cover a lot more of that starting next week. So y'all stay safe. Have a great night.